Hello everybody, War Wizard here, back with another Mortal Kombat video. We're going to try this again because I tried to upload this last night, or yeah, the other day, and it got age restricted for some reason. I had some Mortal Kombat 9 gameplay going on. I didn't show anything that would make it deserve an age restriction, so now we're just going to try to talk about what I wanted to talk about while having the trailer going. Hopefully it won't get age restricted this time. Anyway, so Ed Boon the other day made a tweet asking what we wanted first. Mortal Kombat 9 remastered or Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks remastered. Now there's two things I wanted to talk about before we get into it. The first thing is the odds of either of these games happening are very slim, even though Ed Boon made that tweet, because Ed Boon is a known troll, and he has made these kind of tweets before. I think it was 2020 or something like that, he tweeted asking what we wanted. A Mortal Kombat 9 remaster, Shaolin Monks, Deception, or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 remastered. That was several years ago, like 6 years ago, and we haven't gotten any of those things except for Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which was in the Legacy Collection, but I mean, I guess that's not really considered a remaster. There's been several times where he's asked, do we want a Shaolin Monks sequel? Do we want a Shaolin Monks remaster? Do we want a Mortal Kombat 9, or Deception remastered? And so far it hasn't happened, so take this with a grain of salt. Just because he tweeted that does not mean that it's going to happen. But on the bright side, he usually only tweets about Mortal Kombat and stuff when there's going to be an announcement soon. If you look at, the history of his tweets and stuff like that, he usually only, because he's been talking about Mortal Kombat for a good while now, the past couple months, I want to say the past 2 months, he's been teasing stuff about Mortal Kombat. He did an interview where he said that NetherRealm is actively pursuing a new Mortal Kombat game. He's been promoting the movie. They had that whole NetherRealm Studios history tournaments at Combo Breaker this past weekend, which was literally every NetherRealm game. It was Mortal Kombat 9, Injustice 1, Mortal Kombat X, Injustice 2, Mortal Kombat 11, and Mortal Kombat 1. They had tournaments for all those, including a tournament where players played every single game in one tournament. So, on the bright side, it's looking like we should get an announcement soon. I hope it's looking that way. Maybe Summer Game Fest or something like that. And also, things that add to that is there's been some competitions for Mortal Kombat lately, like Twin Galaxies has done. They're on their second one now, which is MKX. PlayStation just announced that they're doing something for Mortal Kombat. If you play Mortal Kombat starting tomorrow, you get some free stuff and you get entered into a contest and stuff like that. So it's looking hopeful that we are going to get something, be it Injustice 3 or Mortal Kombat. It's looking like Mortal Kombat with all the Mortal Kombat stuff that's been going around. But anyway, back to the topic of this video. Mortal Kombat 9 Remastered or Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Like I said, probably not going to happen. But if I have to choose, even though I love Shaolin Monks is in my top 5 Mortal Kombat games of all time, I'm going to have to go with Mortal Kombat 9 Remastered. Because, knowing WB, they are going to charge $50 or $60, maybe even more, for a remaster. And Shaolin Monks, as it stands, especially if it's a remaster. If it's a remake, that's a different story. But a remaster, it's probably just going to be, some better looking graphics, um, some quality of life changes. But in terms of content, Mortal Kombat 9 has way more. Way more. Like, for those of you that follow my channel, you can go back and look at my top Mortal Kombat games tier list, and you'll see that I had Shaolin Monks on there as, yeah, top 5. Like, it's one of my favorites. But me and my friend just last year went through Shaolin Monks because he's never played it before, and it took us 5 hours to do everything, to beat the game, to do all the secrets. And if I'm being honest, that's not a lot of content. In my opinion, that's not worth WB trying. They're going to charge like 50, 60 bucks at least. And even though I love Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, it's definitely it's still fun. It's still great to play today. But it's mostly a product of our childhoods. Like, a lot of people forget that it's that short. Also, the vast majority of people with story games beat it once and then never touch it again. Like, a very, very high percentage, just like 90% or something like that, of people beat a story game and then don't touch it again for a very long time. There's also a high percentage of those people that get story games that don't even finish them. And a lot of people were arguing with me saying, oh, not every game has to be endless amounts of content and blah, blah, blah. No one said endless amounts of content, but 5 or 6 hours, I would say 8 hours tops. If you are, I mean, lack of a better word, bad at video games. Like, if you're just not that good at video games, then I can see it taking you like 8 hours to beat Shaolin Monks. Tops. Like, that's... And then with Shaolin Monks, there's nothing to do afterwards. They have a versus mode, but it was very half-assed. The devs themselves admitted that it was thrown in there at the, last second, basically. And it was also very broken. The versus mode on that is really not good. There's only like 6 characters total to play as. The movesets are very limited. And the odds of them touching that in a remastered, a mode that most people forget was even there in the first place, are very slim. Like, they're not going to waste time trying to work on a mode that nobody cared about, nobody really liked, that was kind of thrown together half-assed. If it was a remake, like I said, then maybe we would get, something new for that mode, but a remaster, it very, very unlikely. So there's not much to do after you beat the story. Like, what are you gonna do? Beat the story again? Oh yeah, you can go through it with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, but Scorpion and Sub-Zero have a very limited moveset. And maybe I'm a little biased because I've beaten Shaolin Monks like easily over 20 times, probably close to 30. So maybe it's because I've beaten it so much and I just realized that there's not much to do. Like, outside of speed running and achievement hunting, if they do remaster it, because there'll be achievements for it, there's just not much to do after you beat the game. Like, even if they keep, unlocking Mortal Kombat 2, because in the original Shaolin Monks on PlayStation 2 and Xbox and stuff, you can unlock Mortal Kombat 2 fully playable on Shaolin Monks by doing Smoke's quests. What's the point in that when we just got the Legacy Collection and it has multiple versions of Mortal Kombat 2? So, there's just not much to do after you beat the game. Don't get me wrong, if they remake Shaolin Monks, I will 100% probably pre-order the most expensive edition. I will play it. But at tops, I'll probably play it like twice. I'll probably play through it with my brother, maybe play through it with my wife, maybe do like record myself going through with like Sub Zero and Scorpion or something. But there's just not much to do. Like I would have to force myself to do it because I've beaten it so many times, and just the thought of beating it over and over again, just I don't get how that's more exciting than Mortal Kombat 9. Mortal Kombat 9 has way more content. We're not talking, I don't get the whole argument, oh, not every game needs to be endless amount. No one said that. But even at a single player standpoint, Mortal Kombat 9 has more than Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. The story mode on Mortal Kombat 9 is about the same length as Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Then you add the arcade ladders. That's a good couple of hours because I know a lot of people like to beat the arcade ladders and see the endings with every character. The challenge tower, 300 challenges, that's another good couple hours, and the challenge tower is actually really fun. There's some really fun, I mean, there's some frustrating stuff in it, but I mean, it is a challenge tower. But there's also some really fun stuff and interesting stuff in the challenge tower to do. And the reward that you get is actually pretty cool. It's that Melina skin. Um, and then you add in the multiplayer, King of the Hill, casuals, ranked, tag team. There's just so much more to do with Mortal Kombat 9 after you beat the story. There's the crypt. The crypt is going to take you a couple hours to grind. There's just so much more to do in Mortal Kombat 9. It's worth your money. Like, way more than Shaolin Monks. And, like, I don't get how you can argue that. Like, I'm not saying Shaolin Monks is bad. I'm not saying it's, uh, bad or, whatever. It's just 5 hours of content to 100% complete the game. And I get it might take some people a little longer, but it's not much. And I do like some more linear, shorter games like Evil West, Maneater, stuff like that. But those are like 15 to 20 hours. And so, like, those are the kind of short games that I like. And, back then when we were kids, it was fine. But now that we're adults and it's our own money and our own time, do you really want to spend $60 or $50 on a game that you're going to complete in just a few hours? And then, let's be honest, the stats don't lie. Most people either don't finish a story game or they finish a story game and then don't touch it again. I know there's a small percentage of people that will play Shaolin Monks, 5, 6 times and then but most people, you're going to beat it once and then not touch it again. And I know for a fact, people are going to be bitching online about no new content. It's so short. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they didn't add anything new. Why didn't they add, multiplayer, blah, blah, blah. By multiplayer, I mean versus. I know there's co op. But people, I just know they're going to bitch about it as soon as they beat it. They're going to beat it in a week, be super pissed off that it was so short, and then immediately start asking for a new Mortal Kombat game. But on the other hand, we get Mortal Kombat 9 with a fresh balance patch. That alone, just a balance patch alone, would make this game feel new, and that would give people would be playing it for a good while giving NetherRealm an excuse to work on a new Mortal Kombat game even longer. They can take the time that we're playing Mortal Kombat 9 to hash out a really good story and, stuff like that for a new Mortal Kombat game, making a new Mortal Kombat game great. And, having WB have a Mortal Kombat game, Mortal Kombat 9, that people are buying and playing so they can stay off of NetherRealm's backs and let them work on a new Mortal Kombat game. It's like the perfect excuse. They released Mortal Kombat 9 Remastered, fresh balance patch, and then another thing I want to talk about, it's so much easier to add new content to Mortal Kombat 9 than it is Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Because let's say they wanted to add new DLC fighters, because I know they're going to have to get rid of Freddy Krueger because of the licensing issues, unless they renew the license. I doubt that, but let's say they add new Mortal Kombat characters, like they add like Kotal Khan and you know Shinnok and stuff like that. They can just add it. They don't have to worry about story stuff because they're not in the story. They can just add it for people to play online and arcade ladders and stuff like that. But Shaolin Monks, anything new that they add, it's gonna have to like make sense story wise. I mean, I guess they could make new characters to go through the story with, but like a lot of the stuff, like if they add a new chapter and stuff, they have to make sure it fits in the narrative and like you know redo everything and just it would be much easier to add new stuff to Mortal Kombat 9 to Shaolin Monks is what I'm saying. New outfits, patch in brutalities, um, new DLC fighters, and a fresh balance patch. Like that alone, fresh balance patch and rollback net code and Mortal Kombat 9 is just good to go. Like it's ready. Like that's gonna make the game feel so refreshing. So many people would want to play it. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, you can play it on Xbox." The online doesn't work. The odds of you finding a match online are slim to none. And it's only Xbox. If you're a PlayStation fan, you can't play MK9 unless you have PlayStation Plus, like premium or whatever. But even then, it's the online doesn't work. And Shaolin Monks, a PlayStation 2 emulator can run on a toaster fucking PC. Like a shitty PC can run a PS2 emulator. My wife's like 10-year-old garbage laptop can run a PlayStation 2 emulator. And Shaolin Monks is extremely easy to run. There's so many guides on YouTube on how to do an emulator. It is extremely easy. And Shaolin Monks is a story game. Like you don't need online. And you can play um, co-op on your PC. You hook up two controllers and you're good to go. It's very easy to run an emulator. If you want a code for MK9 on Steam, the cheapest one I've found is $150. I've seen people selling codes for $300, $280. Like, it's not that easy to get MK9, especially with the online being down. It's easier to play Shaolin Monks, in my opinion. But, so yeah, that argument, I don't. It's about the same trying to play either one right now. And Mortal Kombat 9 just has so much content, like I said, compared to Shaolin Monks. I love Shaolin Monks. It's one of my favorites. You can go back and look at my Mortal Kombat games tier list. But MK9 is just so much more content, so much more to do. It's just as fun in my opinion. Even if you don't like the versus part. The single player, like I said, has a lot to do in MK9. And another thing, people were saying, "Oh, well, we've had, 4 Mortal Kombat fighting games back to back." Mortal Kombat is a fighting game franchise. They've tried to do spin-offs. The only good one is Shaolin Monks. Sub-Zero Mythologies is not good. Special Forces is horrible. So it's just bizarre to me that people are complaining that a fighting game franchise makes fighting games like that. That's weird. That's not an argument. Shaolin Monks is fun, but if I have to choose to spend money between the two, it would be Mortal Kombat 9 100%. Like there's no question to me. Like it just doesn't make sense that you would want a game that's 8 hours tops compared to a game that's, you can easily put hundreds of hours into. There's just so much more to do. The 27 characters on the launch roster alone, with everybody has way different move sets and stuff like that. And Shaolin Monks, there's nothing new. You're not going to discover anything new unless they put some new secrets with it. Probably won't. There's no like new combos that you're gonna find. There's no new setups. It is what it is. You're gonna get what you're gonna get. It's gonna be Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks with maybe some quality of life changements and a fresh coat of paint. There's nothing else. Mortal Kombat 9 can be, like I said, a fresh balance patch to like change the roster, which is pretty easy for a fighting game. Just makes the game feel way newer, and just you'll find more stuff to do. And a lot of people are saying, oh well, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, so many people didn't get to experience. A lot of people didn't get to experience Mortal Kombat 9 either. A lot of people's that brought people to the franchise, their games were Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 11. So the chance to bring Mortal Kombat 9 would revitalize the competitive scene. It would revitalize the franchise, give us a good Mortal Kombat game to play while we wait for the next Mortal Kombat game. Anyway, like I said, if they make Shaolin Monks Remastered, I wouldn't be mad. I mean, I'd be kind of disappointed. I'd still buy it, I'd still play it. But Mortal Kombat 9 is just the way better option. Way better. People are trying to, oh, if you want Mortal Kombat 9 over Shaolin Monks, it's because, you've never played it. Bull. I've beaten it so many times. And maybe that's the reason why I would rather have MK9. But no, because like I said, it's short. It's shorter than people remember. When you're a kid, the game might be a little bit harder, so it takes you a little longer to beat it, and you're having fun, so you don't really realize that it's a couple of hours. But now that you're an adult and you value your time and money more, then you're like, "Oh wow, it's really short." Like this game is short, and that's including 100% finishing it. All the secrets, unlocking everything, very short. Um Mortal Kombat 9 is just to me the no brainer. Like there's just so much more to do, even single player wise. And that's not even talking about like adding the multiplayer. When you add the multiplayer, then you're like, oh wow, there's literally just endless amounts of content if you want to take the time to play the verses. And the King of the Hill in Mortal Kombat 9 was awesome. Sitting in there, rating people's performances and giving points and throwing tomatoes or telling people they suck. It was fun to watch until you got up there and it was your turn, or even if you just want to AFK and watch people play, it was fun. Um, and then they can do a better ranked system and stuff. It would just be so much easier to add content to Mortal Kombat 9 and just the better option. That's really all I can say. Like I love Shaolin Monks, but Mortal Kombat 9 is arguably the best Mortal Kombat game ever, and just way more content. There's not, unless you really want to get into the versus mode, there's not endless amounts, but the single player alone already has triple the amount of content as Shaolin Monks. Like I promise you, Shaolin Monks, like I said, I went through it with my friend. He never played Shaolin Monks before, and it took us a couple of hours to do everything. So, but like I said, the odds of this happening anyway are very slim. It would be cool, but it's probably not going to happen. Like I've said, Ed Boon has done this kind of stuff many times. I don't really know why people think this time, is real. I don't know why people fall for it. Ed Boon is a known troll, and he's made these kind of posts before just to get people to talk about Mortal Kombat and stuff, to get some excitement going. Hopefully this means that an announcement is coming soon. Usually he doesn't tweet stuff like this unless there's something coming somewhat soon. But we'll see. I think Mortal Kombat 9 is the smart choice because, like I said, gives us something to play for a good while also giving NetherRealm the excuse of more time to work on a new Mortal Kombat game, to hash out the story, to hash out the gameplay, to make it great. and we will have Mortal Kombat 9 to keep us, you know, steady while we wait. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks will keep us busy for a couple of weeks at most, and then people are going to start bitching about where's the next Mortal Kombat game, blah blah blah, and why didn't they add more content? And it's just I know that's what's going to happen because people that's all they do online is bitch. But yeah, let's hope something's coming soon, be it a Mortal Kombat 9 or Shaolin Monks remaster or a completely new game. Another thing why I think we should have Mortal Kombat 9 is because there is still the possibility that we get a Mortal Kombat Collection Legacy Collection 2 from Digital Eclipse because they did the first Legacy Collection, which was all the arcade games. And then so there's a chance that we can get all the 3D era games, including Shaolin Monks, with online co-op and stuff like that. So how about NetherRealm do Mortal Kombat 9 Remaster, and Digital Eclipse can do a 3D era collection, a Legacy Collection 2. That'd be the better scenario in my opinion, because then we get everything that we wanted. I would honestly choose Deception Remastered over Shaolin Monks, because Deception has Conquest Mode, puzzle combat, chess combat, the arcade ladders, the versus multiplayer content. Just more to do than Shaolin Monks, because Shaolin Monks is just the story, a half-assed versus mode that, let's be honest, is probably not going to get touched, especially in a remaster. Like I said, a remake maybe, because so many remasters nowadays don't include the multiplayer. Like even Modern Warfare 2 remastered is just the campaign. Assassin's Creed 3 and Brotherhood and 2 remastered is just the campaigns. There's no multiplayer. So why would they, if they did a game that's not known for multiplayer, like a fighting game is different. Like Mortal Kombat 9, of course, is going to have the versus mode. Like it's a fighting game. But Shaolin Monks, why would they touch or even add in a half-assed versus mode that barely anybody remembers anyway? Like, why would they even waste their time? They know nobody wants Shaolin Monks for that reason. But so that's why my choice is Mortal Kombat 9. But like I said, it's probably not going to happen anyway. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. What do you guys want? Give me a reason why. I mean, I don't want to hear the same tired argument. Oh, you're not a real fan if you don't want Shaolin Monks. I am probably one of the biggest Mortal Kombat fans. I have put more time into any one Mortal Kombat game than most of you have put into the entire franchise. Like most of you. I would guarantee it. I've probably played Shaolin Monks and beaten it more times than most of you have, played any Mortal Kombat game. Any one Mortal Kombat game. I've probably put more hours into Shaolin Monks alone. That's not including any other Mortal Kombat game. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. What game you want. Give me a reason why you want it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully this one doesn't get age restricted. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one.